Okay, so we are seeing where the money is coming from and what it's going to look like to maximize our check. Okay, this is so important, not just because obviously you want to maximize your check, that's your money, right? But it's important because it's going to show you where you need to work, who you need to work with, what you need to focus on, okay, where your weak areas are, where your strong areas are when it comes to your paycheck. All right, so first things first is I'm going to screen share just so y'all can see kind of what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is our compensation plan. Again, I'm not going super into it because leaders, you've been over this, and if you're not a leader, Leap to Lead, we're digging into it tonight. Okay, but whatever your title is up here, okay, essential, certified, lead, star, on and on, in that column down, that is where you have to hit in the top boxes where it says monthly. Can I use this monthly responsibilities. All of these things have to be hit for you to be paid at title. Okay, paid at title just means you're going to get extra bonuses from Cincy, okay, because you're hitting all the numbers you need to hit. So if you're a lead consultant, all of these things have to be hit each month. You start at 0, right? Each month we start at 0. So every month you need to be hitting those things in those boxes to be paid at title. All right, when you're paid at title, that's when these monthly rewards come in. So my lead consultants, you would get your 25% commission, okay? Then you get 2% bonus from your wholesale volume. That's your numbers, okay? And then you would get a 2% bonus from Cincy saying, good job, from anyone that you've sponsored, okay? That's essential or certified. Now, as you can see in this box for lead, there is nothing. So if you are a lead consultant and you have a lead consultant, there's no bonuses. All right, you always need to stay a step ahead of the people that you're sponsoring until you get to director. You still want to stay a step ahead, right? You still want to be working your business, but when you get to director, it doesn't matter if you're a director and you have a frontline director, you will still get those bonuses. Okay, so see director right here, there's still something in this column for frontline director. All right, or down here, sorry, that's the cue down here, there's still a number in that column. That means Cincy will give you a bonus. Okay, so that's super, super important. You want to make sure every single month, okay, you're hitting your stuff in your column. Super important. I can't see the chat either when I'm screen sharing, and I don't know how to do that, so I'll check back in a minute. All right, if you're brand new, you want to be certified as soon as possible. Why? Because when you're certified, you go from this little 20% commission to 25%. That is your money. When you're sponsoring, you want to push that. Why? Because that's their check, right? You want to be like, hey, I want you to get as much out of your check as you can get. Why are we going to sit here and leave an extra 5% commission on the table? That's ridiculous. That's your money. Go get it. All right. Now that's, so they get the 5% pay increase also in 1 month. Okay. Not forever. So 1,000 forever. They have as long as they want to get to that 1,000, but you want to do it as soon as possible. Okay. Now, you're already certified. The reason we say 2K PRV, okay, for a big business, right? One, it's going to push you out of your comfort zone. It's going to grow your network, but also you get an extra 5% commission bonus on when you have 2K PRV. Okay, that's some good money. All right, so that's why we say shoot for 2K PRV. You get another 5% commission. That's not for forever though. You have to hit 2K each month to get that bonus. Okay. All right, so now I want to show you guys, you should, if you're consistently hitting your PRV goal, say you started out and your very first month you hit 1,000 PRV, okay? That check number should not go down if you're continuously hitting 1,000 PRV in your sponsoring, okay? That is very, very important because I was talking to someone the other day and they're like, well, but I started sponsoring people and my check went down. And I'm like, that's because you weren't hitting your own PRV goals, right? That's super important. You shouldn't be sponsoring and your check's going down. That shouldn't be how that's working if you're hitting your PRV goals consistently, okay? All right, so I want to show you guys this, and I didn't save them, so we're kind of just gonna get what we get. All right, so this is super important for this person's check, and I was able to look at 2 different checks from them to show you a little bit of a difference, okay? We're gonna start with this one. This certified consultant, right, had $189 for their total check earnings, okay? No, go back here. Why did it do that? Sorry. They have one active, do you see it keep switching on me? See that, Sylvia? I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, maybe if I push it down. All right, they have one active frontline, okay? Their PRV is 757, all right?
Yeah.
What?
Sorry to interrupt you, but we can't see the check that you're talking about. We can still see the compensation plan.
Of course you can't. That makes sense. Thank you, Whitney. Okay, I'm glad because it kept switching back and forth anyway, so that's good. Okay, so now y'all can see. Lord, it's gonna be okay. All right, so you see that they have one active frontline, right? But under our frontline TWV bonus right here, there's nothing. Why? Because that person's a certified consultant. That person was a lead. That's when they're going to get their frontline TWV bonus. Okay. Does that make sense? But because they probably have an essential or certified teamie, there's no bonus there. So some people are like, I'm sponsoring like crazy. I've got a team of 6, but you're not a lead. So if you're sponsoring, you got a team of 6, but you're not a lead, you're still certified and everybody else is certified or essential, you're missing out on all of those bonuses from Sensi that you could potentially be getting. Okay, so again, you want to stay a step ahead or a title ahead of those that you're sponsoring. Very, very important. All right, so that's one of their checks. Then this is the other one. It jumps up significantly. Okay, they don't have a teamie on this one, but again, it didn't matter because they were certified, right? Not a lead. So they didn't have a teamie on this one, but their check goes up, and that's because of their PRV. Does that make sense? I can't see the chat. So Sylvia, help me out when you can. Thank you. Okay, so that's super important. When you're talking to your certified teamies and they're like, well, I'm sponsoring and my check's not going up, you need to be looking at their PRV, okay? And then you need to be looking at the fact that, hey, you've got to be a lead. If you're sponsoring and you're not a lead, that check's not gonna go up. There are no bonuses from Sensi, okay? Super, super important. See, it keeps doing that. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Okay, do I have to click screen share for every single one of these or will it just jump up? It's gonna make me do every single one, isn't it? Darn it. Okay, that's okay. That's good though, because then I can find a lead. Give me a minute. There we go. All right, so I have so many on here. You guys are like awesome with your sharing. I will tell you that much. That is awesome. I love that. Super helpful. Okay, so here we have a lead consultant. Okay, so this lead consultant, this is why we say it's very important to be paid at title. And I'll show you a star consultants, one being paid title, one not in a minute. That will be eye-opening to you. But our lead consultants, so they did their 1,000 PRV, which is super, super great. Right here for PRV bonus, you can see how much commission they made off of that PRV, okay? Then their PWV bonus is just another bonus off of their numbers right here, all right? But they have one active frontline. And look how much of a frontline bonus they got. That's barely anything. So what that tells us is you've got to widen your frontline, okay? If you're wanting those bonuses, yes, this person was paid at title, that's great, that's amazing. But if they want to keep upping their check, they need to stick within their PRV that they have here or higher, but they need to up their frontline. And y'all, it's not just, having frontline is not just enough. You want active frontline. Okay, like you can have frontline if they're not doing anything, that doesn't help. That doesn't give you any bonuses. You want active frontline. Okay, so that's a lead consultant. Let me find, who's that? That's not helpful. Oh, you know what I should do? I should just exit out and then it'll make some of them go away and then I won't have to worry about it. All right, here's a star and that's not a star. All right, hold on, y'all. I was trying to put these on like a sheet and then it was confusing me even more. So we didn't have that. All right, so I can't see the chat. I'm going to share this star with you guys real quick.
Can't see the chat either.
The other stars. Okay, here is a star consultant. Okay, so this star consultant has their 2K PRV. So that is bomb because look at their PRV bonus right here. Okay, remember your 2K PRV, you get another 5% bonus on your commission. So they have 3 active frontline, and look right here at their frontline TWV bonus. That's from 3 active frontline. Okay, so that's $120 extra added to their check because they have frontline, right, who are working and they're pouring into their frontline. So what does Sensi say? Here you go, Star Consultant. Here's a bonus to add to your check because you're raising up these people the way you should, because you're pouring into them, because you're checking in with them. I was literally just talking to Whitney. You guys, it's not enough just to have your frontline. You have to be talking to these people, helping them get to the next level. You've got to be explaining things and working with them, okay? You can't just be like, okay, I sponsored. There's more to that. Are you helping them get to the next level? All right, you have to be answering their questions. Let's see if I can find the other. That's a lead, that's not what I want. Like the one superstar one is really eye-opening. I just have to find it. Give me a second. Give me a second. That's not helpful either. But your questions in the chat, does anybody have any so far?
Real quick, with the one that you have up, it also shows the monthly sales of 105 since they were over 2K.
Yes, that's the extra 5 that I'm talking about. The extra 5% that you get. Why, y'all? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Y'all are gonna like this one. Okay, let me share this one with you because this is what is, y'all, why are there so many up? It's fine. Shift for multiple windows. Okay. What am I sharing? Hold on. All right, for this star, we just did the star. Cool. Superstar. All right, can y'all see both of those? Yes, okay, thank you. So this right here, this is what's eye-opening, okay? This is from, it's from the same superstar consultant. That's a big difference in numbers, okay? A huge difference in numbers. You can see on the $346 one, they were not paid at title. They were paid as a star instead of a superstar, okay? So the thing about this is when this person is, I mean, you can't make people do things, right? That's the thing. So that's another reason why I want to grow big and wide, okay? This person has 4 active frontline on both checks. Look, there's 4 active frontline on both, okay? But what's going to be the difference is their active frontlines TWV. Were their leaders paid at title? If their leaders weren't paid at title, that TWV for that leader is going to go down significantly, okay? And you can say here and you can see even their PRV, that's a big difference in PRV, right? That's going to make all the difference in the world also, but you can only get so much PRV. So that's another thing I really want you guys to focus on. You can only get so much PRV. You've got to grow that front line big and wide and teach your front line to do the same and then the same and then the same, okay? So you can see their frontline TWV bonus on the $346 one is literally only $64 compared to the $142 on the other side. Like these are big jumps, you guys. We have to be paying attention to, am I working with my team? Am I doing the work myself and really truly leading from the front? That is what's going to make the difference. Because if you're counting on a $1,500 check and you're not showing up and then your people aren't showing up, like that's really going to mess up your bills. That's really going to mess up your stuff. Okay. So super important. I have some people and they're like, I had a director and she's like, I don't understand. I thought when I was going to become a director, my check was going to bump up. And I'm like, girl, it's all about, you need to have active frontline. You've got to keep growing up leaders and teaching them to do the same thing. That's when those big bonuses are going to keep coming in. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can find the director ones to compare for you. Here's another superstar consultant one for you guys to look at too. I'm trying to exit out of some of these, but it's like not helping me. There we go. There's another superstar consultant one to look at. Okay. This one you can see they have their 5 active frontline. Hold on, I put a thing in front. Their 5 active frontline. And again, down at the bottom, just like Sylvia said, that extra 5%, the monthly sales, right? Money, because they had 2K PRV. So that's why we're like 2K PRV, 2K PRV. It's not, well, it is to make you uncomfortable, but in a good way, okay? Because it is going to bless your check. So for me, like that is always the minimum that I'm shooting for, at least 2K, if not more. We need to keep going, all right? But you can see, you can't see. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to make it so you can see multiple at once. It's not. Okay, but you can see even from these two superstars, the difference in being paid at title, right? And then two, y'all have to remember that when you have a leader who comes to you and your leader's like, oh man, like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be paid at title. Okay, well, if I've got a superstar consultant over here that's not going to be paid at title, put it in the chat what you think. If you're a leader, because if you're a leader, put in the chat what you think. What is the bonus that I'm getting from their TWB? Is it going to be as a star or is it going to be as a superstar? That's something that leaders like, and I second guess myself on this all the time, okay? But it's something extremely important for leaders. So what do you think? As a superstar director, if I have a superstar consultant, what TWB bonus am I getting? Or am I getting one as a star or a superstar? Okay, here's the thing, is I am still getting their bonus as if they were a superstar consultant. Yes, I'm still getting a bonus as if they were a superstar consultant. But y'all, if their TWB, looking at the comp plan, right? If their TWB is supposed to be, or if their TWB is 6,000 as a superstar consultant, but they're not paid at title, and that TWB is 2,500. What is that doing? That's going to lessen the bonus that I'm getting from Sensi. Does that make sense? So as a leader, we have to know, yes, you are a star consultant and you have someone who's a lead, okay? But if they're not paid at title as a lead, you're still getting the bonus as if they were, but that bonus number is significantly lower. So paid at title leaders, all right? Okay, let me go see. There we go. There's my director checks. Let me exit out so I'm not confusing myself, y'all. All right, what's this one? This is the one we want. Okay, new share. And I know it's confusing, and that's why we go through this. Okay, so take a look, right, at your, hold on, trying to, y'all, I'm not as good at multitasking as I think I am. So there's that. Okay, take a look at this director. Okay, this director has some bomb PRV. Okay, it's over 4K, which is amazing. That's insane. So look at their monthly sales down here. Their monthly sales bonus, because they have over the 2K, is an extra $200. Okay, that's amazing and that's wonderful. Take a look. Their frontline TWB bonus is almost as much as their own PRV bonus. That's huge. What does that show us? That shows they have a lot of active frontline. They're working with their frontline, okay? And they've got some good frontline leaders who are paid at title. That's what that's showing us, all right? This is why I'm saying it's so important for us to look, because if you're looking and you're like, dang, my frontline TWB bonus is low and you're a leader, that means you need to be working with your frontline. You need to be working with those leaders to be paid at title, and then even reaching down into your downline to work with those leaders too, okay? If you have second generation leaders, you should be working with them also. Second generation certifieds that are rocking it out, we should be working with them also. Don't just keep it to your frontline, okay? So these are huge, huge numbers and amazing to look at. And it's really cool when you start to like, not even just someone else's, but you start to dissect yours, okay? Because then you can truly see, oh, dang, like I need to fix my life or I need to pull it together. It's just amazing to see. All right, let me share this one with you. I really should have labeled these, y'all. I really, really should have. Okay, let's do this one also. All right, so here's another director one. Okay, the difference between the two directors. Try to put them side by side. Y'all, drop it in the chat, the difference. What's the main difference between these two checks right here? Y'all can see that, right? Just make sure you see, okay. Making sure you can see the main difference, because look at their PRV. Their PRV is not really that far off. Yes, frontline, 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 front. Like I cannot, frontline, 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 y'all, frontline. It is so important because look at their PRV bonus. Like their PRV bonus is not that far off of one another, okay? And neither is their PWV bonus. Their PWV bonus is, it's almost the same. It's literally going to be the frontline TWV. Are you working with your people as a leader? And like I said, if you're like, I don't have people yet, that's okay. That is why we're doing this now. Get it in your head. You can't just sponsor and be like, you got my director's page. You got this. No, you've got to be working with these people, okay? If they want it. If they don't want it, you cannot make someone work, y'all. Okay, like I talked to somebody today. I'm like, you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing as a sponsor. Sometimes people just don't want anything else, and that's okay, but we have to love and leave it, okay? So, of course, look at the monthly sales on the 2K check. Theirs is gonna be higher, right? Why? Because you get the extra 5% bonus from PRV from Sensi. Again, 2K PRV is why we say the minimum. And then your 2 teamies a month that you're trying to sponsor if you want a big business because of that frontline TWV bonus. Okay, you want active, not just frontline. Like, it's not just enough to be like, oh, I sponsored. You want active frontline. Okay. I like doing this too because I feel like it's good to see different possibilities, y'all. All right. And there's one. Hold on. Oh, that's the other star consultant. Okay. There you go. All right. Now I want you guys to look at this one last, if I can find how to screen share. This one last, well, one of them might be mine. I don't know. Guess we'll show you two because I don't know which one is which. There we go. All right. So can I move these? Nope. Why can't I move them? Sylvia, help me. I want them to be separate so we can see the difference. Help me, Sylvia. Well, there you go. Okay. The names are the same, so that's good. They're close enough. Okay, so a superstar director, right? And this was a bomb month, but a superstar director and a director, I want y'all to look at the differences between, okay? Yes, the PRV is almost 1,000 higher, but look at the difference between the number of active frontline, okay? And then I want you guys to see, especially for my leaders, I want you to see now the director generation bonus. If you're shooting to be a director, you don't want to shoot to be just a director, right? You want to keep going and do the most that you can in this business. Why not? Why would you not want to do the most? So I want you to look at that as a very large number because of directors. So leaders, as you're looking to climb and you're like, I want to be a director. Yes, you want to be a director, but you want to keep going and you want to raise up directors, okay? Because when you're doing that, you've put in a lot of work. And Sensi is like, you know what? Look at you putting in all this work. Here are these bonuses, okay? That is what we're all striving for. That should be our goal when we're looking, not just to say, oh, director, I've made it. No, you haven't, y'all. I haven't made it, for crying out loud, okay? Like, I haven't made it. You haven't made it as a director. You want to grow up more directors, not just for, yeah, you get a bonus from Sensi, but for other people, okay? It's literally changing people's lives. Like, it's not, we're not joking when we say that. And I know it sounds silly when you first start, you're like, okay, but like $5,000, that's literally life-changing money for some people, right? You can do a lot with $5,000. Like, that's a good amount of money, okay? And to be completely transparent, one of the reasons we can afford this house is because of Sensi. That's just completely transparent with you guys. And that's amazing and that's wonderful, but how can we help other people get to that too? That has to be our mindset. How can I help other people to get to that? Yes, it's for me, but it's also for them, okay? So I want you guys to be able to look at your checks. These things are going to be underneath your dashboard, your performance, okay? And then your commission history. When you scroll down, you'll be able to go through month by month. And then you can take a month, and a month and compare. Where do I need to work? Dang, I had 23 active frontline this month. Man, I only got 5. What is going on? And then you're knowing, because you don't want to check in with people who are completely doing nothing or going to ghost you. But sometimes people really do just have a hard time in their life. Like, things happen, right? They might just need someone to check in on them. Okay. Or other times, and you can see trends too. That's another thing. And that's why Whitney says always write down, your monthly tracking log. So I have one on my desk, but this is the one that I take. Yes, it's on the floor, but I take it and I literally scan it. Okay. This is empty, but I scan it every single month. And then I'm able to go through and say, you know what? We really suck for the first week of the month. But during that third week, man, we start really doing some stuff on my team. Okay, everybody starts waking up. You can see trends in what's happening, not only in your team, but your own business. Okay, so even if you don't have a team, and these are on the workstation, you can literally type in daily tracking log and print it off and fill it in. And it's got your PRV, TWV, GWV, group, team, active frontline, new frontline that you've sponsored. It will also make you be like, dang, I didn't sponsor nobody last month. I need to wake up. I need to pull it together. Okay. Something I like to do at the very bottom too is if I get a reinstatement, because they don't show up on your new frontline, a reinstatement, I'll put their name down too. All right. Just so I know, like, okay, you are doing something. You're not just twiddling your thumbs all month. That's really good to know. But I want you guys to see these things, because I feel like if we can start showing people from the get-go some of these things, then their mindset will be right as they begin to move forward, especially our people in Leap to Lead right now. Super important. I want you to have a mindset of, okay, yes, big things are possible. Sometimes I'm going to feel like I'm going backwards, but as long as I'm doing small, consistent things to keep going forward, keep that PRV, start sponsoring, working with those people that you're sponsoring, all of it's going to come together. Okay. But I want you guys to remember this. You can literally only get so much PRV. Okay. If you want that big, big check, you're going to have to sponsor. And you don't know who is going to be a rock star and who's not, because people will surprise you sometimes. So don't put your limiting belief on anybody. Just offer the opportunity to everybody and anybody that you can. Okay. All right. Does anybody, hold on, let me stop recording real quick.